Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we met the Eorzea contingent, the force that the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance are sending into Garlemald to, one, provide aid to the Garleans who are suffering at the hands of the Talafroy, and to B, kick the Talafroy in the pants. So that is kind of what we did. There was a big, long scene. We met Lucia, who's the commander, and all the other characters who are going to be part of the contingent, many of whom are, key parts of the, various storylines of the game. And had a lot of conversations with them, and yeah. That pretty much was all we did. So we are back out of there, and we are meeting up with the Scions to get us ready to head with the Eorzea contingent and provide what assistance that we can provide. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and talk to Alphino and see what the next plan is. Oh, and before I get started with that, going in as Paladin, I went ahead and pushed Machinist to 83, so that is going to get aside for the moment, and we're going to be running through Garlemald as Paladin. So, just a small aside there. Okay, Alphino. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You didn't worry about Eorzea and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. The Stygian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Right, we need everybody to get prepared for the cold. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock. The rest of you should... The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Hark, is that the cry of Scions in need of a tailor, I hear? Tataru. Taru. But how? I have my ways. Oh, yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Eorzea without telling me? Nothing escapes my notice. Yeah. Now, you will wear these garments I made for you, whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion, rather than the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? I did have one other thing to share. Ergmus and Bloomvita have finally returned from assignments in faraway lands. They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Sharlayan. Yeah, sure thing. Oh, why not? You can keep Kryle company in the Baldassian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there, and I heard Ergmus and Bloomvida did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we have nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world, if anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlotte. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. This is not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you other than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Let us not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Alright, so we are getting a North Sea coat. But I think my character's current gear looks warm enough. Yeah, we're pretty well insulated, I think. Tataru? I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Ah, there he is. Alright, this is where we go our separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? Alright, and those are the effects indicating solo instance time. Alright then. Let's go. It's an honor to finally... Excuse me. It is an honor to finally meet you. We of the Garland Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains into Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable Imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of the expedition. Yes, this guy's a Garlean. Our resources are at your disposal, and if there is aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you're ready to depart, I will ready the engines. Upon boarding the airship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Set aside sufficient time. I have sufficient time. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle, which, of course, we will, because of, well, everything here. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Yeah. All right, proceed.
Ilsabard, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Of course, Lucia is completely unfazed. And Monolane looks a little out of his element.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number.
Oh, sorry. There was a little bit of an interruption there.
However, they are also joined by several members of the First.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The First, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
Seems like it.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Seems pretty good.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Meanwhile, at the Imperial Supply Depot...
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Ishtola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
All right. The coming battle, you will fight as Thancred. All right, Maxima. Assuming there is nothing else you wish to confirm, we may commence the mission as soon as you are ready. Commence the mission.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
All right. Now, let's see what we got. We have solid barrel combo. This is our damage combo. Our damage resistance. Swift Deception allows us to mask our presence. Silent Takedown. And Bewilderment Bomb. I like to call this Metal Gear Thancred. Alright. So, we have Magitech Armor. I want to wait till that passes, and then we'll, I don't think I actually need to knock these guards out, but just for, peace of mind, we're going to knock these guards out. Piece of cake. Alright. Magitech Armor. Tempered Imperials. We'll remove the guards. And then we can plant the bombs. Now, Magitech is not so easily dealt with. But we're through. Okay. Pilocanus, that needs a bewilderment bomb. One of these guys. I don't think I need to deal with those Imperials over there. Magitech Slasher. Let's... I'll give that one a wide berth. Now we need to hide and send word. There's our hiding place.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
All right.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Control terminal. Ooh. There we go. Magitech's in bad position. We're gonna let it cycle. We want that one kind of down this way with that one over there. And we'll deal with this Imperial. All right. Now this is the trickiest bit. We're going to go after that Imperial there. Alright, Magitech Slasher. Tempered Imperial. Imperial down. All right. Just stay patient. It'd be a lot easier to get rid of one of those slashers, and it wouldn't cause too much trouble to do so. But let's see what we can do here. Alright, another Imperial down. Now that Pelicanus, we don't really need to worry about. Oh. We've got a Tempered Imperial over here. Alright. Oh. Camera's getting all over the place. Alright, that'll deal with the dog. That will deal with the Imperial. That will deal with that Imperial. Can I get through here? Yes. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Control terminal. Alright. Clean and efficient. I don't know about efficient, but clean.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
Make it go boom. A few moments later, at the rear of the Eorzea contingent's supply caravan.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but... Wait! Something's coming!
Sharp ears.
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
All right. Let's get to work. All right.
Fighters! Protect the others!
Oh, this one wants a piece. All right,
A brief respite, but stay alert.
that carriage is clear. On to the next.
Keep the carriages safe.
What impeccable timing!
I'm on lane.
Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
Very inspiring. All right, that it?
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling.
Yeah, Thancred.
Time we put our backs into it then.
What are you gonna do about it?
I've been itching for a good scrap.
Next. All right. Oh. All right, boys. Get this hexadrone down. And there we go.
You lot all right back there? We're fine and ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
All right, I'll get to it. Meanwhile, on the front line,
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time.
I don't know if he knows any other speed.
The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
There's the Legatus.
That's Vigilia! Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
He has a gun lance.
There's no end to them!
Reinforcements
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
have arrived.
There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
All right, let's
We have them
get
now.
to it.
Forward!
Oops. That was the wrong button. Oh well. Doesn't matter.
Right! Let them have it!
As a raging bull!
All right, Pippin, good work.
That's her! Virgilia!
There she is. Let's deal with the small fry first.
Do not fall behind!
Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're starting to wear her down. Uh-oh.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, we're good. Uh-oh. Looks like she retreated.
Heal or die!
And she's back. Ooh. Oh, no, you're looking a little worse for wear there. Here we go. Even more Magitech. Oh, Sadu. Ooh.
Tremble before the sun!
Nice move.
May your scream fill the air!
5 seconds. Ooh, got it close there a little bit. But got it done.
A worthy adversary! Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death!
Sadu Hatun!
Magni.
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
They're fine.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks?
How indeed.
Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed, bitterly so.
Oh, that's a sizable tower.
Not so much as a whisper.
Yep.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
Who knows?
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Yes, Sigurd. What is truly important? What do we name the place? It does need a name, though. Alright. Here we are. Garlemald. Interesting aetheryte. Alright, Alice. Shouldn't be long before we have a half-decent camp with so many helping hands. I was concerned the snow might hinder our progress, but our guardian friends are used to working in conditions like these. Yep. Alphino. In spite of the obstacles we faced, our plan proceeds apace. Just a little further and we will reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking your stolen Graha to join us in that building to the northeast of the camp? Alice and I will meet you there. Alright? Well, there's your Stola. A meeting? Yes. I'll make my way over once my head is cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. 'Tis the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. Ether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. Alright, Graha. You'll be pleased to know most of the Tempered have been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that has clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suggest they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting, I will make my way there. Yep, and if everybody was tempered, then there'd be no looters. Unless they come from the outside. Alright, well, here's where the meeting is going to happen. Stirna. Virgilia is in our care, along with the rest of the Tempered. Glory to Garlemald, glory to Garlemald. They still whisper in their sleep, even as they writhe in pain. Lise? Ramban taught me a lot about military strategy during exercises in the fringes, coordinating units with wildly different capabilities, surveying and securing a hostile terrain, that sort of thing. Now I have the chance to put his teachings into practice. Good. Pippin. We've asked the Ironworks members and some of our other comrades to stay with the airships. In the event we are discovered, we must be ready to move them swiftly to a safer location. Alright, and Maxima? This is all that remains of Laturum. Homes became empty husks. If this is the state of the outlying villages, I dread to think of what has become of the capital. Arunsena. The Tempered soldiers are sleeping soundly while they undergo treatment. There are too many to attend to at once, but I and the other healers will see to all eventually. And Sicard? Hell's bells, this place is bloody freezing. Rather than be tied to the topmast in a storm, I'd rather be tied to the topmast in a storm than suffer this cold any longer. Anyone what can spare a swig of rum, that'll sort me right out. Actually, that's not a good idea. Because while alcohol does make you feel warmer, the reason it does that is it dilates your external capillaries, allowing blood to flow to your extremities, which is precisely what you don't want to do in an extreme cold survival situation. Your body constricts those blood vessels to force blood to your core so that you don't die of hypothermia. You know, you may lose some extremities to frostbite, but, you know, staying alive is more important. Alright, Lucia. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone is here, we will begin.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A good idea.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
Our duty it is?
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino.
Okay.
Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
Very well. Let's see if there are any survivors. We will surely find them. Extensive travels. Ice fields. I love ice fields. Oh, wait. No, I don't. I think we'll go with that.
As ever, you do not want for enthusiasm. But given your experience traipsing about through Kurthus, I should be surprised if you let a little inclement weather dampen your redoubtable spirits. And even if that were the case, the promise of hot soup upon your return would surely spur you to action. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Yeah, we spent some time in some icy areas. That's fine. Alright, but I think this is probably where we're going to go ahead and stop for now. So, we'll get to our job looking for survivors, if there are any, when we come back for next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.